is happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Football TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Football TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Football TV, the best online platform.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Greg Finan Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This morning, I am here with varieties of newspaper in our newsroom. And of course, my name is Greg Finan Par. I'm going to be broadcasting along with my colleague. His name is
K. Lyndon Toba.
And of course, we are here this morning to inform you about the happenings within our country, Liberia, and the war at large. So let's look at Daily Observer newspaper. Firstly, we are CPL Fox Pass. Representative Belity wants Waka over risky LTA appointment. Representative Belity wants Waka over risky LTA appointments. House passes U.S. for 1.3 million spending bill to avert government shutdown. House passes U.S. for 1.3 million spending bill to avert government shutdown. Legislator of criminal charges against Prophet Key backfires. Dismissal of criminal charges against Prophet Key backfire. So of course we will dive now into the newspaper. Let's see what we have in this morning from New Dawn newspaper. What is in the print this morning from New Dawn? There are varieties of news here on the newspapers, but we will dive into New Dawn newspaper on a similar date. So Kelly, can you please proceed with the front page Africa?
Front page Africa says Ghost Hand charged Justice Court orders as chief investigator disowned. Police charges family feuds investigated. State prosecutor dropped all charges against Prophet Key to dismay of Ambassador Andy. State prosecutor dropped all charges against Prophet Key to the dismay of Ambassador Andy. It's being turned over to you again.
So, folks, these were the two updates from the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer newspaper. So now we will quickly dive into New Dawn newspaper and Hot Pepper newspaper as well. Of course, we have New Dawn newspaper. It says Liberian President Joseph Yuma Boaka has nominated the highest number of officials in one night. Boaka is vexed. This is what the print says in New Dawn newspaper. Boaka is vexed. Gonglo calls for probe. Oroch wants 30% gender quota conferred. This is another interesting story as well. Kaylin, don't talk about, can you give us the update on our news headlines from the Hot Pepper newspaper?
Hot Pepper says willful disregard for tenure position. President Bouaka nominates head for NBC, GC, NLA, NRF, and EPA. That is what Hot Pepper is reporting. Let's go to Hot Pepper last news headlines. 650,000 default payment to EIB. Representative Mensah, one finance ministers invited. That is being turned over to you again.
Thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. We encourage you to kindly follow and like Focal Online TV. This is where we bring innovation to broadcasting. This is where we host our daily edition of Inside the Print Media. For some of you wondering, what do we call daily edition of Inside the Print Media? This is a platform where we bring to you 45 minutes of our news within our country, Liberia, and the world at large from 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Kindly stay with me as I'll be right back shortly with the news in details. Kindly stay with me, please, as I'll be right back.
Hello dear, my name is Kay Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Kay Lyndon Toba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in detail.
A pleasant good morning and welcome back to Focal Online TV. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. What is in the print this morning? New Town newspaper and Daily Observer newspaper. Daily Observer, Representative Ability wants Bouaka over risky LTA appointments. Representative won Bouaka over risky LTA appointments. Representative Ability wants Bouaka over risky LTA appointments. Nimba County District Number 7 Representative Musa Hassan Ability has raised concerns over President Joseph Limon Bouaka's decision regarding the potential costly removal of commissioners from the Liberia Telecommunications Authority (LTA). Representative Ability warns that the government could incur over US 1.8 million in unnecessary expenses to dismiss commissioners with remaining tenure. President Bouaka on Tuesday, February 20, announced the appointment of a new chairperson and 4 commissioners of the LTA, practically sacking commissioners, most if not all of whom still have years left of their tenures. Those appointed by the president were Abdullah Kamara, chairperson, Patrick Horner, commissioner, Clarence Kotu Masakwa, Commissioner, Ben A. Fofana, Commissioner, and Angela Bush Cassell, Commissioner. It may be recalled that in 2022, former President George Manawia reappointed Madam Edwina Konsaka and Honorable Satowon Tatas Commissioner at the LTA. Also appointed were Osborne Dix and Israel Asanya as commissioners. This means that the commissioners still have almost 3 years out of their 5 years tenures remaining. It is against this backdrop that Ability told legislative reporters on Tuesday, February 20, that the decision of the president amid a challenging economy to spend millions of dollars to dismiss 6 commissioners who have tenure of 5 years remaining is tantamount to deepening the already troubled economy. Pointing out that commissioners with set tenure must be fully compensated for their remaining years upon dismissal. Representative Bility, who is also chairperson of the House Committee on National Security, suggests that the president reconsider the appointments to avoid unnecessary expenditure, especially during challenging economic times. The Supreme Court has ruled in the past that those in tenure positions are to be paid off fully of their remaining years before removal or dismissal. Belity, who had earlier posted his concern and disagreement with the president's decision via social media, also emphasized the importance of upholding constitutional requirements regarding tenure position. This is what we have here from Representative Belity as he warns Bwaka over risky LTA appointments. I think we should be going by our constitution, even if we are we are so tired with all officials, we should go by our constitution because this is why govern our country. And this help us to do away with chaos and this thing we usually do in our country called protest. So I think the president needs to adhere to this regardless of political diversion or whatever it is. He needs to listen, and this makes a lot of sense. And it's coming from representative ability as he won't Baka. This will cost a lot of money. One, two, let the right thing be done. If you want to get rid of these people, pay them for their battle tenure and let things happen peacefully instead of us going differently. Dismissal of criminal charges against Prophet Key backfires. Dismissal of criminal charges against Prophet Key backfires. The ongoing legal battle between Liberia's culture ambassador Julie Indy and controversial social media personality Nayapoma Opa Sayen, popularly named as Prophet Key, has taken a contentious turn following the dismissal of the case by the Monrovia State Court, reportedly without the knowledge of complaints Indy and her legal team. Ambassador Indy also accused Prophet Key of threatening her on social platform, claiming that he would ensure she never had an opportunity to work in any government in Liberia, which caused her fear and distress. She also claimed that Prophet Key's actions were intended to bring her to public ridicule and shame. These accusations led to charges of criminal coercion, menacing, and disorderly conduct. However, due to the failure of Prophet Key's legal team to secure bail, the proceedings could not commence on Monday, February 19, and were rescheduled to Magistrate Pendraco to Friday, February 23. Prophet Key has, however, urged by the judge to ensure that his bill was filed to the court by Tuesday, February 20. But in an unexpected turn of events, and while waiting for Friday to testify in proceedings as she was directed by Magistrate Barker, Ambassador Indy claimed that she was shocked to hear the government dismissal of the matter without first hearing from her lawyers. Magistrate Barker's decision was contained in a request for no prosecution filed by the state lawyers that met the approval of the magistrate. The document reads, prosecutors in a proceeding pray your honor and the honorable court to invoke chapter 18, section 18 of the criminal procedure law, entering null, prosecute in favor of the defendants. Immediately following the court's decision, in a press conference, accused both the court and state prosecutors of unfortunate action. This is what we have here on the Daily Observer newspaper. It's now being switched to my colleague here, Lyndon Topa, who will give us our news presentation on the Front Page Africa newspaper only.
Ghost hand charged Justice Scout orders as chief investigator disown police charges. Family feuds in vending agency. The family of Councilor Gloria Mususka has claimed as a clear vindication recent outburst by Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Maureen Mollis that the investigation findings in Charlotte Musu's murder case did not suggest the charges leveled against the defendants. The spokesperson for the Musu family, Mr. Nathaniel Told, made a statement Monday, February 19, 2024, during a visit around the recently intruded residence of Justice Court in Virginia, Moxarado County. It can be recalled that the head of the police investigation team, Assistant Commissioner of Police Maureen A. Dennis, about 2 weeks ago made many startling revelations on the local radio show from the United States. ACP Dennis informed from the U.S. informed the public through the local radio talk show that the investigation finding didn't suggest the crime mentioned in the indictment, but heavy hands interfered and insisted that Councilor Scout and her family be charged as such. To said that the revelation by ACP Dennis are enough reason why Councilor Scout and three others members should not be in jail by now because it shows clearly that the charges were politically motivated, manufactured, and criminally placed in both of the police charges sheet and indictment. He wondered why politicians chasing Mr. Dennis were ever pressuring him and coercing him to sign on to an investigation report that he, Dennis, as chief of investigator, did not agree with. This, he said, is another confirmation that Justice Scout is evading a political witch hunt and the target of wicked plot and concocted theories of lies and fabrication. The home of Justice Scout has, for the fourth time in a year, been invaded by strange person, this time vandalizing the property and making away with several items, including a flash screen television set and other belongings. Justice Scout and three members of her family were remanded at the Monrovia Central Prison awaiting the hearing into an appeal filed by the Supreme Court following a guilty verdict handed down by the family calls a compromise jury by the Criminal Court 8 in November last year. The intruders have been arrested by help of angry community members who alerted police of the individual presence in the community. Speaking in a further frustrated and angry tone, Mr. Tu emphasized that there have always been a series of complaints of unidentified intruders accessing the compound, claiming to be authorized by Councilor Scout and making away with some valuable items, including personal belongings to the family, sometimes sleeping in according to neighbor eyewitnesses. Told journalists that questions of a possibility of intrusion into the former Chief Justice residence was a major contending issue during the murder trial because the investigators of the Liberian National Police ruled out any possibility that anybody could intrude into the house, a conclusion the defense lawyer vehemently resisted through evidence including except testimony, insisting that there were many possibilities of intrusion, that the murder was committed by an intruder on the night of February 22nd, 2023. So this is how we move over to another headlines on the front page African newspaper. Government state prosecutor drop all charges against Prophet Key to the dismay of Ambassador Andy. Government lawyer prosecuting Prophet Key on behalf of Cultural Ambassador Judy Andy has withdrawn all charges filed against Prophet Key at the Monrovia City Court. So that particular one was read previously by my colleagues. So it's been turned over to Greg Finan for the continuation.
New Dawn newspaper, House approves 41 million request to use 1/12 of the budget. The House of Representatives, through a vote, has accepted President Joseph Jomo Boakai request to authorize his government to use 1/12 of the 2024 budget. Representatives voted Tuesday, 20th during regular meetings. The chairman of the Joint Committee on Ways, Means and Finance and Development Planning and the Public Accounts and Expenditure, Representative David Siebel, said the House of Representatives instructed their committee to look into President Boakai's request. He said the purpose of President Boakai's communication is to keep the operation of the government running pending the passage of national budget. Representative Siebel added that the Joint Committee was charged with reviewing the amount requested, ensuring that the amount reflects realistic funding for government operation within the time frame. The Mozzarella lawmakers stated that the Joint Committee, after reviewing President Bouakar's request, recommended that the report be passed at US 41,300,000 and sent to the Senate for concurrence. When passed by the Senate, the instrument will be sent to the executive for action. Earlier on 15 February 2024, President Bouakar wrote to the House of Representatives its authorization to spend the amount of US 41,300,000 to cover the government operations for the month of February. He said that given that the draft budget for the fiscal year 2024 was returned and is being finalized for resubmission, the operation of the government must continue to avoid a shutdown. According to President Bouacar, the authorization to spend the amount of US 41,300,000 covers the government operation for the month of February. On 25th January 2024, the House of Representatives unanimously voted to return the national budget to the executive. In a communication by Representative Ellen Attenborough, she had observed that the budget would need to be aligned with the agenda of the current government. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning submitted the draft national budget in December 2023 to the 54 legislature in the tune of US 625.57 million for the fiscal year of 2024. Sorry, I'm just going to emphasize on that. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning submitted the draft national budget in December 2023 to the 54 legislature in the tune of US 625.57 million for the fiscal year of 2024. The budget was submitted during the rule of the Coalition for Democratic Change (CDC)-led government. This is how we dive into another top stories under the New Dawn newspaper, and it has to do with Gonglo. Gonglo calls for probe. Gonglo calls for probe. Former presidential candidate and a renowned human rights lawyer consider Tawan Sei Gonglo is calling on government of Liberia to establish a special commission of inquiry to investigate all suspicious and mysterious death of the past officials. According to Councillor Gonglo, such commission of inquiry, when set up, will investigate suspicious death beginning from former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to President George Manneh Weah. Speaking recently in Monrovia, the Liberian People's Party political leader said that doing so will help the government of Liberia under the leadership of President Joseph Joubert Boakai to secure the confidence of the international companies. We want to say that for the past 15 to 20 years, there have been suspicious deaths within Liberia. Government investigated some, and we are suspicious about government findings. I strongly believe that the government should go ahead to establish a special commission of inquiry to investigate all suspicious deaths in the country. This includes former President Sirleaf to Weah, he noted. Councillor Gonglo pointed out that under the administration of former President Sirleaf, there were many mysterious and suspicious deaths, especially Harris Reeves, and so it's important that those cases are investigated to bring those suspicions to rest. This is how we turn to Killian Topa for our news presentation on the Hot Pepper newspaper. But before that, let's see all of our viewers watching. Thomas B. Cassell, good morning, Foka TV. I'm watching from Electro District number 12 in my comfort zone this morning. Thanks to you, Thomas B. Cassell, for joining us this morning. And thanks to all of you who are watching but have not yet commented on our videos or share our video. Thanks to all of you. It is important that you always make use of our comment section and, of course, share our live stream here on Focal Online TV. Yes, we appreciate your effort being with us every Monday to Friday on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. We kindly take a short break. When we get back, and stay with us, and I'll be right back shortly with our news presentation on the topic.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Toba. My name is Grefina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within the Tobo Village community along the Japanese Highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on the show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program?
Good morning and welcome back to Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. So of course we will conclude because of some technical problem. We cannot proceed till 10:45 this morning. So of course we will wrap things up lastly from the Happy newspaper. Killing on so far.
Okay, thank you. Willful disregard of tenure position. President Walker nominates head for NBC, GC, NLA, NRF, and EPA. His Excellency Joseph Newman Walker has shockingly disregarded the rule of law protecting people with tenure position and willfully nominated individuals to replace them even though their tenure have not yet expired. Several institutions of the Liberian government, including the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, Central Agricultural Research Institute, CARI, National Bureau of Concession, Governance Commission, National Lottery Authority, National Road Fund, Environmental Protection Agency are protected with clauses that provide tenure for their heads. For instance, the EPA boss holds a 7-year tenure, NRF boss 5 years, NBC boss 4 years, NLA boss 4 years, LAA boss 5 years. But in flagrant disregard of the law, President Bouaga has resolved to replace several tenure positions. It can be recalled that ex-President George Manuel Weah struggled to cancel tenure position and introduce an act prohibiting the tenure of all public officials within the executive branch of government. Unfortunately, the instrument did not make it through the national legislature. Also, President Bouaga has nominated several persons to institutions with tenure position, instigating conflict and statutory crisis. On Tuesday, February 20, 2024, the president appointed Abdullahi Kamara as chairperson of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, Patrick Honda as commissioner, Lawrence Kotu Masakwe as commissioner, Ben A. Fufanan as commissioner, Angela Bush Cassell as commissioner. Unfortunately, this position at the LTA are still being currently occupied by Edwina Crons Zakba. So with this being said, we now turn it over to Greffinan for a conclusion of the matter.
Thanks to you, Kaylin, and so far, and thanks to all of you in and out of Liberia who have been following us this morning and the other dates that we did not mention. We appreciate all of you here on this platform, and we are here to do what we have to do for our country, Liberia, and the world at large. So, thanks for joining us this morning. This is how we call it a day. Don't forget today is Ladies' Night, and of course today is Wednesday. Hopefully, due to some technical issues, we are not absolute about having a focal women talk here today. Whatever details that you need to be updated with will be posted on our page for today. So thanks for joining us. My name is Gretfina Encouraged and I'm close with Phil Lyndon Topa as my co-presenter here on the daily edition of Inside Open Media. Bye bye. I love you and stay positive.
Hello dear, my name is Kay Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible informations of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Topa. My name is Gretfina Encouraged. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside Open Media,